Hey, hey, what do you say? Meow. Meow. I just picked up my new 2016 Volkswagen Sportswagen Limited. This car came out this year and is kind of the model that is shoehorned between the base model and, say, the top of the line model. As you can see, it's got some pretty killer, what size are those rims? I've only had the car 2 days. It's only got 100 miles on it. 17s. Good looking wheels with the black kind of matte finish in the back. The dealer had a $5,000 rebate on this car. Window sticker $26,000 and some change. And I got it for 21.8 something before, taxes and all that crap. But what a sweet ride, man. It's got the panoramic sunroof, the leatherette seats, heated seats, keyless go with push button start, Apple CarPlay and Android Play, rear view camera. It's got the blind spot monitoring, as you can see there. It also has the that auto, I can't think of the correct word for the cruise control, the automated cruise control. Oh gosh, Mercedes-Benz calls it Distronic cruise control. I can't think of the correct word. Anyway, it slows down when you approach the vehicles in front of you. Plus, it has the automated braking that will stop the car. It'll bring it to a complete stop. I tried it out when I was driving it home Friday. But the car is pretty well equipped. It's only missing a couple of options, like power seat. It does have the power recliner, but not a full power seat. I think that's kind of silly considering everything else it has. It does not have the lighting package or fog lights, which, again, oh well. And it doesn't have the Fender audio. But it does seem to have a lot of the other great features. Like, I wanted heated seats. I wanted the leatherette. The panoramic sunroof is great. Push button start. There you see 110 miles. Woohoo! Okay, here goes our sunshade for the panorama roof. Pretty cool. Goes way back there, man. And of course, I like on this panorama roof, it's got this cool little mesh net windscreen that kind of pops up, and it makes zero noise going down the interstate. It's so quiet, and I guess that's what it's for. Pretty cool. Let's get some AC going. Alright. Apple CarPlay. Sorry, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Basically, I didn't realize this, but I thought it was a Bluetooth. But at least in a Volkswagen, you have to plug your phone in to get the Apple CarPlay. But, it's pretty cool. See, text messages. Let's see what that says.
Someone with a 706 area code said, "Thanks." Want to reply?
Yes.
Go ahead.
No problem. Thanks for your interest, Todd.
You're replying. No problem, thanks for your interest, Todd. Ready to send it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'll send it.
Alright, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, you got to keep it plugged into the USB, which that's fine because it charges the phone too. And I've never even had a car charger for my phone. But like, you know, you can play your downloaded music, or, you know, I've got some YouTube going on here, just playing some songs off YouTube.
Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic Motor Oil delivers cleaner pistons, better...
Anyway, that's pretty cool. Also, which is nice, since, you know, you don't have to have the navigation option. You know, you can just pull up your map from your iPhone right there and do your navigation and destinate, do it all from, you know, through the iPhone, the CarPlay into there. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, let's take it for a little test drive. I like this piano black. Oh, there's still some plastic on here. This thing was in the wrapper when I picked it up. Piano black. Let me get my seatbelt on. Alright. This is one of the best backup cameras I've ever had in a car. Now the sun is kind of messing with me a little bit. I was going to back all the way down my driveway without having to turn around, but with the shadows and the sun, I can't quite find where my driveway begins, so we'll just do this and turn it around and head out. Okay, the one big thing I've noticed about this car compared to my 15 Passat that I traded in, and also my 14 Jetta that I had traded in on my Passat last year, whereas the 1.8T in both of those cars, the throttle was extremely jumpy. You stepped on the gas and those cars literally wheel spin and just shot forward. So it took me a little while to get used to this car because they've toned it down some. My foot is about a third of the way into the throttle, and you know, it's just very smooth acceleration. It doesn't do that jumping that it used to do. Now, I have heard, read some of the reviews on Car and Driver and such as that, you know, they were experiencing some throttle issues, but gosh, I haven't experienced any on this. This car shifts just perfectly. Also, what's cool about this car is it's got paddle shifters. Even on the base model, even if you just get a base, look at traffic coming, let's go. Give it a little gas here. Even if you get the base Jetta S, it has paddle shifters, and they're right back here. They're very small, little plastic guys back there, not very noticeable. There's 5, 4. There's also the police. I'm gonna put my camera down. Sorry about that. The police always like to sit right there in that little curve. Yeah. Also on the transmission, you can just bump it back, kind of like on an Audi. Well, come on. Sport mode. Indicated by the little S there. Just a little bit different from the 15 Passat, 14 Jetta. This, like I said, operates a little bit more like an Audi does. And if you want to go back to drive, you just bump it one more time and you're back in drive. Let's set the cruise control. Set the cruise. Okay, and there's your now how you change that, there's a picture of a little car right there. You tap that and you dial how far out you want to go, or how close you want to go, like if you want to tailgate. But the cool thing about it is, as you encounter a slower vehicle in front of you, of course the automated braking kicks in, and it'll bring you completely to a stop. Alright, I'm going to bump up our speed. Cruise control here. I'm going to bump it up to about 50. Let's see if we can... I don't have any traffic ahead, so I don't think we'll be running into anybody. Oh, what's this Jeep? Okay, oh, what's this El Comantere J Mustang thing? Isn't that panoramic roof cool? Man, that's great. I love it. What else? Go through some of the menu functions here. Your assist systems, your compass, audio, telephone, vehicle status. Let's see what my vehicle status is. Oh, no entries. Great. Alright, driving data. Miles per hour. I've been 101 miles. I've got 200 miles left in my tank. Ooh, average fuel consumption, only 20.6 miles per gallon. Now, remember, this car only has a little over 100 miles on it. And so the engine, of course, has got to loosen up, break in. This is the tank of fuel they filled me up with when I left the dealership. So that's pretty cool. You can see your oil temp. Oh, and you can set a speed warning. See, you know, that's kind of cool. If you get up around 85, 90, 100, whatever you want to set it at, it'll warn you. So that's kind of cool. But I just love this brushed kind of trim, this brushed chrome, or trim, or it looks like, yeah, it just looks kind of like stainless or something. Looks like my my appliances in my kitchen. This car also has CarNet, which I've never had a VW that had that. It's kind of like Volkswagen's version of OnStar. But yeah, so I set that up the other day, and I'm not real sure what it even does, but I imagine it'll send help, or you know, send in the army, or if something happens to me or whatever. I'm sure I can order some opera tickets, or you know, things like that. It's like has a concierge service. Little twisty road here. This little car handles good. I mean, of course, it's no, you know, it's no GTI, but just the steering feel is just so good. The steering feel is just it's weighted just right. I mean, it's got just a little bit of heft, but you know, it knows where dead center is. You feel absolutely no vibration from the road. Any imperfections or anything like that on the pavement do not get transmitted into the steering wheel or my ass in this seat. You know, this suspension just reminds me of my last Mercedes E-Class, which I had a W210 chassis, 2001, E320, it really reminds me of how it steered and how it handled. I'm just rolling through these curvy roads and I'm totally driving one-handed. It's just a piece of cake, man. So yeah, this car, the window sticker is like $26,800 and something dollars. My Volkswagen dealership that I deal with all the time, this is my third Volkswagen I've purchased from them. I talked to them about Dieselgate a little bit and their sales, and how it's a shame because they've got some great products right now. Particularly the GTI has always been awesome. Plus this little car, the Sportwagen, and the Golf regular hatchback's pretty cool. And the new Passat is still a pretty decent car, even though it's a little boring to look at. But and the Jetta's always been a solid contender. But he told me their sales were just absolutely in the pits. And we talked about how normally they would never... Oh, here comes a red Jetta. Is it a wagon? No, that was GTI. Pretty sharp. We talked about, how our sales and things. He said in the dumps. And I was like, yeah, I remember a couple of years ago, I was looking at a TDI Jetta. And I remember back when you guys wouldn't even come off the window sticker, a couple of $100. It just didn't happen. He was like, yeah, those good old days are over. And I said, I'm really surprised this Sportwagen, isn't one, sells for sticker too. And he says Volkswagen has pretty much just told them, do what you got to do to put new cars on the road. So the car has $4,000 in rebate instantly, boom, right there off of $26,008 something. So that puts you at $22,800. And then since I was already a VW owner, I got another $1,000 thrown on top of that. And then, of course, since I had a 2015 Passat that I had only owned 9 months and I traded in, of course, I'm going to be upside down on it. So they actually gave me a pretty decent trade-in value for it. It was not quite what my payoff was, but I still kept beating on them, working on them, and they ended up coming up with another $750 to throw in. So basically, I got $5,750 off this car. And that helped with the little bit of negative equity I had in this in the Passat. So I'm still in this car, brand new, for way under sticker price. A low, cheap payment. I mean, they gave me a stupid interest rate. And I'm not a 900, 800 credit score guy. I'm like I hover right around 700, which I think is about average for Americans. And I got a 3% something interest rate. If you have 800 credit score or 750, 800, you could get 0% easy. But my car payment on this thing's cheap. A couple hundred, almost 400. Pretty cheap. Not bad. And I feel like I got an excellent car, man. Just an awesome. It's so good looking. I've only had it, for 48 hours now, and I get so. I've been out to dinner with the wife and took my daughter to meet some other girlfriends, and there were about 10 parents that were there, and we all met in a parking lot, and they were all complimenting, what is that? What is that? That's a Volkswagen. What is that? I said, oh, that's their new Sportwagen. They're like, God, that's a sharp little car, And these are, some folks that are driving, mostly big SUVs, Honda Pilots. I saw a Pathfinder there. And you know, they said, man, that's a great size. And I'm like, yeah. So pretty cool car. Anyway, I just wanted to do a little driving review for you guys. Show y'all, hey darling, show y'all just kind of like the driver's seat perspective of this 2016 Golf Sportwagon Limited. Excuse me if I have said Jetta Sportswagon. It is getting very hard for me to remember that the Jetta Sportswagon is no more, and it's the Golf Sportwagon. I may have slipped up and said that a few times, but anyway, Golf Sportwagon. Once I get it broke in real good, I am very interested in the APR Stage 1 tune. I think that would be perfect for this car. Just the right amount of power. I think it gives it about another 50 horsepower, another 40 or 50 pound-feet of torque. That would be just perfect for this little car. Got a Volvo S60 for sale. All service records from new. Insanely well kept. Open the hood, let y'all see that. Aren't those rims great? So there it is, the 1.8 TSI. That came out in 2014. I had it in my 14 Jetta, my 15 Passat, and now this car, and it's a great motor. I love it. So I've spent about 45,000 miles between both cars, and you know, doesn't use oil. These cars require maintenance every 10,000 miles. You'd be amazed at how clean the oil is even at 10,000 miles. I'm going to change the oil on this one every 5,000 because of course I work in the turbocharger industry. We remanufacture turbochargers, and 10,000 miles is, you know, there's a lot of argument on that, but I'm going to start changing it at 5. Heritage Volkswagen, Lithia Springs. Guys, they got 2 red ones left. That's it. Call them up. You can get it for about 21 and some change. Pretty cool, huh? That's all my stuff I had in my Passat. I need to go through it. Big first aid kit. As you can see, you can fold the seats down fly. Well, kinda. I think I have something sitting in that seat. You have a full-size spare, which is awesome. It comes with the cargo Velcro thing, blocks so you can keep things still. Got a power point back here. I am 6'3" with the afro. This is my driving position. Now, this is not as roomy as my Passat. No, sir. I mean, my Passat was like a limousine. But this is acceptable if I'm riding behind myself. But my wife is 5'2", so when she drives, the seat back is about up here. So I will be in a limousine if I choose to ride in the back. Volkswagen put rear AC vents in the back seat. Thank God, finally. They needed to do that. Isn't that sunroof great? Got some old blank handles. I mean, I'm so stoked about this car. This is a car. It's been a long time since I've been excited about a car. I love this car. Oh man, and Volkswagen put some great tires on this thing. Continental Pro Contact. I mean, these are some good looking tires. But anyway, there's my video. I'm sure I left something out. Anybody have a question, reach out to me. I'll be glad to answer. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day. Peace.